Hey, 217 church family, how's everybody doing out there? Thank you for clicking on the link and hearing this full announcement. Like many of you guys probably already read before clicking the link, we were planning on going back to in-person and indoor services together at a brand new venue right in the heart of Hamilton in Cedar Gardens Banquet Center. And we have decided that we're going to postpone our start date for indoor and in-person services at the very least through the end of this year. And so what we're going to do is reevaluate our plans at the new year, and we'll communicate those plans early on in January. You'll hear them as soon as you possibly can from us. And just want to talk a little bit about what went into our decision. I think many of us can see what's happening right now with rising cases. To be honest with you, I'm thankful that we waited a little longer to gather together on November 29th. The logic there was to give us a little more of a runway to prepare well, but also to see what happens as schools meeting together and other churches begin to gather indoors as well. So if I'm honest with you, I'm friends with a lot of different pastors in our area, and the churches that have chosen to meet indoors are facing some really unique challenges, and there are cases that are spiking up as a result of some of those gatherings, unfortunately. And so we've been able to see kind of what this looks like. We're watching the schools, and the school situation is obviously not ideal either. You have some schools going virtual, some schools staying hybrid, and everyone kind of maybe anticipating a decision community-wide on that. And so there were a number of different factors that went into the decision. I never make decisions alone. I always make them with our 217 church board, decisions like this. And so the 217 church board unanimously decided to postpone our date, and also in consultation with our district of our denomination, the Christian Missionary Alliance, who kind of looks at different areas of our state and then just kind of makes the recommendation to us as well. So I just wanted to communicate that so just kind of all the different voices that go into this. Our leadership team, myself, the staff, the 217 church board, and our denomination. It's really incredible how much we're able to pray and consider all the information that we have at hand. And so thanks for being patient. I know me probably more than anybody else wants to gather together again for our church services, while at the same time I operate with this realization that we are so much more than our gathering on Sunday mornings. There's nothing like meeting together in person, but meeting online has been great. It has its challenges. I know it's tiring, but I'm going to encourage you to re-engage with our online platform. We now have available, our YouTube channel is now showing our services as well. So for your family and friends who don't have Facebook, they can head to YouTube, and anybody can watch the 217 Church YouTube channel. And you will see there live at 10 a.m. a premiered service, the same premiered service that'll be on Facebook. You could share that with your families, and that link is going to be flying around Facebook this week and going forward from here. I'm going to ask you to tell your friends, to tell your church family, those who are in your small groups, all the people that you interact with at church, to re-engage with us this season as we go into our Advent series. What we're going to find in a few weeks, we're going to start our Advent series and walk through this Christmas season together. And we have some pretty exciting things lined up in lieu of our in-person services. We're going to be sending out an online resource for all of our different family units, everybody in our church, to be able to get free online and follow along each Sunday as it comes. Week 1, 2, 3, and 4 of our Advent series will come with it. Will come an online resource for you and your family to be able to follow along and interact in a more engaged way with our services. And also for Christmas Eve, we're going to be doing a drive-through pickup for your Christmas Eve service kit. So we're going to have a special Christmas Eve service this year where we're going to give out these Christmas service kits. And in there, if you are interested, we do have a 217 Church Christmas ornament this year, and that'll be one of the items in the box, but we're going to do some things that are special for our Christmas Eve service this year as well. I want to remind us that, much like I've said, we are way more than just our church gathering for the hour and a half on Sunday mornings. I have seen an incredible amount of growth and health in our church this year. And even right now, some of the areas that are just absolutely amazing to see what God is doing in our Tuesday night prayer group. Tuesday nights are going to continue to happen. I have no plans on stopping that. Every single Tuesday night, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. on our Facebook page. I'm live from my desk, just worshiping with you, praying with you, and real-time prayer requests come in, and we pray for one another there. That's been an area of amazing Christ-centered community forming there. We've identified our prayer warriors in our church by seeing who's there every single week. So Prayer Warriors, Tuesday Night Crew, I love you guys. Thank you so much for praying for me each week as well as we gather in that way. 217 Youth has continued to have meetings all throughout this year. And we've seen some incredible tight-knit Christ-centered community happening in our 217 Youth Ministry, and our young people have been leaning in on one another, their relationships with one another, and the relationship with Jesus through this time. I've been so encouraged by the work that Mike and Laura Simon, our youth directors, are doing. They're absolutely incredible in what's happening there. Our groups, we have 6 groups that are meeting online, and I'm hearing from our small group leaders of consistent attendance and deep conversations, and also leaning into Jesus in this time that has posed so many different challenges. And then we have 2 new groups, a women's only group and a men's only group, and those 2 groups are thriving as well as these connections are deepening. And talk about serving the community. We were able to give above and beyond what we were to give for Thanksgiving. The 80 families receiving Thanksgiving baskets from Urban Promise. And so we had hundreds of items being given to the church, and you guys showed up. You filled that bin outside of the office, and we only had to pick up a few items, and we were able to do so with way more than what we needed to that came in for local missions. And that is going to position us now to be able to do something awesome for the Christmas season as well. So we're going to turn back to Urban Promise and say, how can we help for the Christmas season as well? And there might be another project or two alongside of that. So, there are so many different areas of health, so many indications of God shaping and forming lives. And we really do see our vision at work in this season, regardless of not being able to meet yet in person. I'm so looking forward to when we can. But I do believe that we would be wise to hold off just a little bit longer until the situation stabilizes more, and then we will reevaluate, of course, not with our minds only, but with our hearts in prayer. And that's always where we want to find ourselves. So I just thank you so much for continuing in prayer alongside of me for our church, for the direction that God is leading us in, but also engaging with the mission and vision of our church. And so remember, we are pursuing God, we're caring for one another, and we're serving the community relentlessly. And all 3 things are happening in such unique and special ways this year. None of that stops because we're postponing. All of that continues. And let me just say also, we still are secure in our venue. And so we still have our new home, and we still anticipate meeting there. And the contract is fluid, and we haven't lost even $1 on our contract with them, and they fully understand. So this is just really God positioning us for something special coming in 2021. So I just want to say, God bless you guys. Continue strong. Let's be wise. Let's be safe. Let's continue to pray that God would guide our children, our families, our lives, that He would keep us, that He would hold us, and that we would stand firm in the faith in this time and enjoy this holiday season. So I love you guys so much, and I just pray you have an incredible weekend.